Glitz and Glitter!
Welcome!
Are you guys, can you hear us? First of all, make sure y'all can hear us. Hello, Glittersome Gifts and Nadia and Brenda, Sarah Cooper.
Boop, boop, boop.
Hello, the crazy Craftor and Kitty Mama. Gypsy Rose from Denver, Melissa Webb, Starcraft, Pamela. Hi guys, can you hear us? Let me know if you got the volume up.
Volume up. Up. Because it's time to tell a story.
Hello. Hi guys, just let me know if you can hear me. I need somebody to let me know.
Can you hear us on your computer, Barbara?
Okay, good. Thank you guys. So it's Wednesday. We're on a live on my channel. Isn't that awesome? And we're in a different room, right?
You know, it'd be even more awesome
What?
if we had another party coming up soon.
Oh, well, we're not, so.
We should.
Don's part of it. I told you he would be. Hi, Bobby Joe. I'm glad you're in.
Bobby Joe! I danced with Bobby Joe.
Settled.
We did the tango.
I'm going to let a few people come in before we start. Because I've got some nice information for some of you who live in the UK and Canada. So I'm going to let you guys come in for a couple minutes before I mention it. We're not on any kind of time frame. You might be. But I don't think it's not going to be like 2.5 hours like it was last time.
I know it's going to be like 4.
So we are in Don's silicone room today. Can you guess why we are in here?
Because she blew her room up.
Hello, Suzanne and Tanya. Joe Burrows, Kathy Watts, Nicole Smith,
Have I told you guys how nice your hair looks?
Lori Wilson. We're just going to wait for just a couple minutes.
And Lin Fang, your hair looks marvelous.
Your hair looks marvelous.
I don't even know what she looks like, but she got to have nice hair.
We do. We need a picture of Ling Fang.
Lin Fang, you need to send us a picture.
We do. Hello, Brenda and Whispering Winds Donna. Come on in, guys. We're almost at 300. So
Come on in.
we're doing something a little different today.
What are we doing?
But before that, if you guys are from the UK or from Canada, when I tell you that Let's Resin reads your comments and wants to know what you want, they did, and they answered. So we have a long-term discount code, not for the next 3 days, which I forgot to write down the amount of time these discount codes are good for. Long-term discount code for the UK and for Canada, linked in the description box. So that will always be linked forever on out.
Awesome!
So the UK, you got to use your link to the Amazon UK and Amazon Canada, but the UK's is UK Glitz 26 and Canada's is CA Glitz 26. Barbara's going to be putting them in the chat. So she's putting tonight's special discount codes in the chat today along with those. If you guys can use, I know I have a discount code for every day. If you can use the one that Barbara's going to put in the chat for the next 3 days if you're going to shop with them, just so they kind of know where, if you guys are watching from the live stream, if this is worth it, should we continue on the channel? So if you can use those discount codes, Barbara, are you putting them in?
Are you putting them in, Barbara?
The chat, because I didn't see them go by yet. So make sure you're using them. I forgot to write them down, so I don't even know what they are to tell you. So make sure.
I just realized my name is in the codes. Glitz.
I don't see Barbara putting them in there.
Barbara, put them in there.
They don't always work. Well, if they don't work, then go ahead and use my other ones. They should work right now through, ask her what day, because I didn't write it down.
What day did they work through, Barbara?
I'm unprepared today. I'm so sorry, guys. I was videoing all day until 5 minutes ago.
For how long? Next 3 days?
Okay, what day is that?
What day is that, do you know?
20th? 17th?
Saturday?
What day? What date?
What date? Does it say what date? 20th.
Okay, they're good till the 20th. So make sure. I still haven't seen her put them in the comments. make sure you use the one Barbara's going to put in the comments. I will link them in the description box after the live because, like I said, I'm not as prepared as I should have been.
Is this thing working? Test 1, test 2.
It's working. So that's awesome for you guys in Canada and UK. That is super cool for you guys. You can use it at all times from here on out.
I'm ready to party.
I don't see Barbara in here either. Ask her if she's having a problem.
Barbara, are you having a problem? We don't see you in the chat.
In the chat. Nobody sees you in there yet.
Nobody sees you yet.
He's on the phone with her. That's why he's like talking to his ears. So today, Don is going to show you how to make molds. But before that, we have lots of silicone to go over. Let's Resin. I use 3 of them from Let's Resin. I use their 30A, their 15A, and their 0A. So those are different hardnesses. When they asked me to do this video on silicone, they sent me, of course, silicone. I buy my own silicone. I don't get it from them. But they sent me all the ones they wanted me to show you. I still don't see Barbara in there.
Barbara, we don't see you.
I hope she's in there. Okay, there I see it. So Barbara just now posted. So make sure, try to use those discount codes.
Don't make me come up there.
Don't know you're actually watching the live. When they sent me all the demo silicone for you guys, they have 5 silicones. I did not know that. So they have 30A all the way down to 0A. So they have 30, 20, 15, 10, and 0. That's 5 different. And if you don't know what those numbers mean, that just means the hardness, how stiff that silicone is going to be. So if you have never made a mold, you're going to want to pay attention to today's, and you can always go back because you can replay this video at any time. So typically, Don and I stick with the 3 silicones, 30A, which we rarely use unless we're making...
Be professional. It's small, medium, and large.
He's not professional. He knows them by the size of the bottle. He'll be like, hey, is this one small, medium, or large? He doesn't know what the numbers mean. So I'm going to go over the numbers with you. So 30A, let me grab it.
Well, here, this right here was 0.
Well, don't get ahead of me.
Okay. How am I ahead of you? I'm behind you. Look.
30A. This is one of their bottles of 30A. We have also larger bottles right down there. Their 30A comes in blue. We buy them by the large bottle, but they have these small ones for you guys who wants to try. So this is always going to be blue. One side is clear, one side is blue. And you mix all of their silicones 1-to-1 by weight, so make sure you have a scale. We go by ounces. You can also go by grams if you're doing really, really tiny stuff. So 30A, other than their silicone putty, which is I think 50A, which I'm not even talking about tonight, this is their most dense one, and it's the hardest to unmold. So we only use this one for inlays because they're flat. I'll show you them later. Actually, we're going to be doing some resin later. We're not just doing molds today. We're actually going to pour resin. I have some things to demold with you and some things to decorate with you. So it's kind of different. No UV tonight. So that's 30A, the most dense. And then we've got 20A, which is this box here. And I don't know if it comes in a larger size. It may even come in a larger size. But these are the cutest little bottles. And these are 18 ounces each. And 20A, 15, and 10 are very, very similar in their hardness. So you can kind of use them interchangeably. The only difference is, I think 20, it's either 10 or 20. Let me look at this. 10 or 20. 10. Okay, 20 is white. So they call it translucent. Here's some molds that he made today. This is the color of them. And then over time, they get more white as time goes by. And then they have the 15A, which is the one we use almost all the time. That's the one we're going to demo today. We buy the large bottles. This is like 176 ounces times 2 because we need a lot of silicone here. So we use that one the most. That's the one he's going to make today's project on. And then we have, where am I? 1510. 10A looks like this. And this is a blue color. Why they have different colors, I don't know. Maybe to help you guys know which one you're using. So 10A is very similar to 15 as 20 is similar to 15. So you can use them interchangeably. If you don't want a color, then don't buy 10. Some people like to design their stuff, depending on the mold, in a white background so they're not getting distracted by the color. So if I was going to say, if you don't like the color, get 15A. And then you have 0A, which is...
That's this one, the smalls.
The smalls. It is the same color, this translucent. And this is the softest silicone that they have. What's up?
What's the question?
Hang on, guys.
What, the code? Is this for molds or just pigments?
Everything.
Everything.
You can use the two. There's two codes. Oh no, for the UK and Canada, they gave me one code, so I'm assuming it's for everything. So, and I know you guys have a lot less choices than we do, so they gave me one code per. So I'm guessing it's good for everything. Let's just assume. If it's not, please let me know, and I'll get a hold of Ling Fang. This is the 0A. We use a lot, and we use it for things like this.
Well, just like this.
So anything that's like three-dimensional and you gotta pull out, kind of like, these are some of our masters that you cannot unmold with the 15A.
Right, so that's
it's
zero.
The most flexible, it's the easiest to get out. So sometimes you'll see me on my channel, and I always have the very first one we make, like today.
That's 15.
Here's a great example. We just 3D printed this little fellow.
How cute is he?
Which we have a video coming up on how to 3D print your molds.
But now, my defense, I didn't know.
So he poured this with 15A, and he needed my help to get it out. And I'm like, why did you use 15A?
Yeah, it's like, there's like...
We could not get it out. So anytime you have something like that, something three-dimensional, make sure you're using the softest silicone. And the softest silicone will also pick up the most detail in your molds. So make sure you're using the softest, which is 0. So the higher the number, the higher the hardness. Curing time, 0A is 4 to 6 hours. You can speed it up on a heat mat. We do. We have to. We don't have a choice. So he's got heat mats all over the table. If you don't have a heat mat, it's 4 to 6 hours. And it looks like it's 4 to 6 hours for all of them. I have this handy dandy. You will be able to get that if you go on their website. It's a nice little chart for everything. Durable 25 plus times on 0A and 10A, 20 plus times on 15 and 20A, and 15 plus times on 30A. And then the flexibility, like I said, is very flexible for the soft and much less flexible for the 30. Tear resistant, they're all pretty much tear resistant. And then it says on the chart for 0A, the softest, it's best protection for the master mold. If you're not sure and you have this master and you don't want it to get ruined, put just a tiny little bit on the back or something. Just test it. Don't just go throwing it on your thing, because it's not guaranteed it's not going to mess up your master. So make sure you do that. More suitable for flipping items with low hardness, such as candles or items that bend that are hard to demold. Like I just said, anything three-dimensional, 0A. And then the 10, 15, and 20 is good kind of interchangeably. And that's for like, it says such as handmade soap, chocolate, plaster, resin. But that's kind of like, what do we use the normal
on the
ones?
15?
15s. We do jars with the 15A.
Do the heart jar.
We can get those out. We
just did this jar today.
The flower mold that everybody loves. That's usually the 15A.
The dual butterflies.
The butterflies. All those little ones.
3D
those are
butterflies.
easy.
I mean, most of these things we could do with 15A.
Yeah, most of them. But when it comes to all those details, like my little elephant here. See that trunk? It's really hard to get out. You would never get this out of 15A, so you have to use 0A. Let me see. What did I miss before he starts? Well, they are all platinum cured. Oh, this is huge.
Very important.
This is the most important.
Because we started this and we were in trial and error mode had no idea, but we had...
Well, no, that's when I was doing it without Don, I never had a problem. So I bring Don in. No, it's not about you. I bring Don in and...
I was using latex gloves.
Yeah, we were sent hundreds and hundreds of latex gloves from his brother. So we're like, great, we'll just use them for silicone.
So many projects that had uncured resin, and I'm like...
Months.
I mixed it the right amount of time. You want like 4 minutes, 5 minutes. I was mixing it, stirring it, scraping it, mixing it. Still had uncured.
And it wasn't the whole thing. It was like one spot. We threw away so much silicone.
Hundreds of ounces of silicone.
For months until we chat GPT'd it.
And I was on there.
Oh, no, you found it some
I found it online because I was trying to figure out what I was doing wrong. And it said, you cannot use latex gloves, use nitrile gloves. So I came in and I did an experiment, and sure enough, it was uncured.
So he laid a nitrile glove down, he laid a
nitrile glove down,
latex glove down, and we just poured silicone on it. And the silicone on the latex glove stayed liquid. And we're like, all these months, we're going silicone. Crazy. And all that silicone we threw in the garbage. So now that he put them away, we have never had a problem again. So we were like changing brands, and I'm like, I don't understand. It can't be the brand. It's never happened before.
Well, I will say this, that we tried several different brands of silicone, and we always came back to Let's Resin.
Yeah.
Lin Fang.
We've always come back. And I think I've tried 4 or 5 brands because we were having that issue. Otherwise, I would have never changed from Let's Resin. And then I didn't like most of them. I liked theirs, but when we found out, it was like, we haven't thrown away any silicone.
It was like this. We tell a story.
So please don't use latex because they're cheaper. And what happened was, he cleans all the masters before we put them into the mold housing. When he was holding it with the glove, it was leaving like fingerprints, I guess, because it was only on tiny little spots, and it would ruin the entire mold for one tiny spot. I would never ever dream of selling a mold with one uncured spot in a very important place. So don't use latex gloves.
No.
I do want to go over a couple more things, and then we'll start. Their silicone is platinum cured, which is safer and more durable than any other kind of silicone. There is tin cured, which I've used one time. The only reason I use tin cured, and it is so expensive, I spent $46 to make one tiny small mold. And the only reason I did that is because tin cured will allow you to mold UV resin immediately, and platinum cured will not. So you have to wait. I've waited up to a month, 5 weeks after I've cured UV resin for the platinum cured to actually not be messed up, so it would cure. It's kind of like latex gloves. So tin cured, that's the only thing I used it for. Like I said, $46, and I think I made a mold. It's right here. This is the only mold I've ever made. This is all the silicone I got for $46. So I don't recommend that one unless you absolutely have to have it for a UV resin piece that you can't wait to mold. I said, try a test piece of your master. So the 0A picks up basically every detail because it's much more liquidy than the other ones.
It's very important. Make sure if you're going to cast something, make sure it's clean. Hold it up to a light.
Make sure it's
look
clean.
At it, wipe it, spray alcohol, clean it really good.
Yes.
I've cleaned this one about 4 times already.
If you're using an X tool like we do to cut acrylic, the acrylic is the hardest thing to mold. It is so easy to not be clean. You have to look at it from an angle in your lights. For example, here's some of our ornaments. I took my sander and I scratched up one side of it so I know which side is down. So this is the side we put to the sticky paper, and this is the side that needs to be clean. So I kind of have to hold it at an angle and make sure all of them are clean. And how many times we've messed those up because we couldn't get them. That's the hardest thing to do. Glass, ceramic, anything 3D prints, plastics, resins are much easier than the acrylic pieces. I've went over the flexibility and the durability. 30A they do recommend for very firm molds, or if you're making a 2-piece mold. I've never made a 2-part mold. I don't want to make a 2-part mold. I don't have time for that. You can, if you mess up like he did on this one, it's not garbage. I mean, we got it out. Obviously, we got it out. It's not in here. What you can do is split it. I have plenty of split molds.
That's what was in there.
That little Highland cow will be coming to the store very soon because he is finally...
I made him on the 3D printer.
Yes, we will be showing that soon. But I don't want to throw this away. So what I'm going to do is take a knife and I'm going to cut right down here so we could split it open, and then I'll just tape it together, and then you don't have a wasted mold. So don't get rid of it if you couldn't get it out. You can even cut it down, get your piece out, then you still have the split mold. That's it. I think I'm gonna turn it to Don. I think he's got a question coming in.
Just want to know if we can mold glass. That's exactly what we're doing right now. We are
molding glass. I have a brand new, I didn't get this in time for Christmas, but it's not really, I mean, it's Christmassy, but it's a little snowman made out of glass. So we're making a snowman plaque today. So I'm going to let him, I guess I will hold.
Yeah, just hold the phone.
The phone.
I gotta make sure.
I won't be able to hold the phone because I won't know. Oh, let me just, sorry guys, I'm going to switch the camera so I could see what I'm looking at and get you, hopefully. Okay. Mr. Glitz, it's all yours. And then we're going to go into the resin room and we're going to do some resin.
So first I have a question. Obviously I'm going to use 15A on this one. So my question is, do you like this 15A?
Oh gosh, here we go.
Or do you like this 15A?
He was bound and determined to get his picture on a bottle.
Lin Fang. You see that? That's my avatar. So, bottle A or bottle B?
Can you mold brass? Yes, I don't see why you can mold brass for sure. You can mold metal. I have a little metal figures that I mold as well.
So I've got this on the sticky paper.
Well, let's go over mold housings before you start.
All right. Well, mold housings can be pretty much anything. My flowers that I make, I have a piece of 2-inch PVC plumbing pipe. I just cut them into pieces. That's what I use for that. Like down here, we've got, this was a resin, or a 3D print. This was PVC plumbing pipe. Just
you have the ones that come in little kits sometimes, like there. You can use, where's the mold housing that you can build? Let's Resin sells a mold housing that you can build and put it together with those clips. So if you don't have most people don't have access to 3D printers. I do have a 3D print guy that I use for custom mold housings, but you can buy those. You can build them out of Legos. You could build them out of cardboard. Most people at home are making them one time. So get creative, put them in a cup, cut the bottom out, whatever you have to do. Tupperwares, whatever you need. So we're using a 3D print I had made here so we don't waste a lot of silicone on this little snowman. So this snowman we bought at a store and it was painted. So we took it and we took all the paint off with acetone because it will come off in your silicone. So if you're doing a painted glass piece, make sure you get the paint off first or it's going to come off on your silicone. Ask me how we know.
Yeah. So I've got them on the sticky paper because the underneath is kind of recessed a little bit.
Sorry, it's going in and out of focus, but I'm trying here.
All right, so I'm going to mix.
So he just glued this because we don't want it to leak. You don't have to use sticky paper. Why are we using sticky paper?
Because I couldn't get the glue on the back of it because it's recessed. It's kind of like...
Normally we use regular paper.
Yeah, but it's got an opening like this in the back, so I can't get glue in there to hold until I fill it in. Eventually I'm going to take him and turn him upside down and fill him in flat. That way he'll have a flat surface to glue down the paper. Yeah,
so generally I use sticky paper just for my acrylic pieces because it's so much easier to demold and get a nice flat
we just explained it. Yeah.
Cut. But you can use regular copy paper on small pieces like these. Here's my 3-dimensional butterfly. we use copy paper on the bottom, and then you get a beautiful flat surface. This is going to be a little wrinkly on the back,
Right.
which is no big deal. It doesn't hurt anything.
So we already poured him, and we know that he takes 16 ounces. So,
Yes, the codes should be working right now.
oops.
Too much?
Too much.
He's a little nervous.
I'm not nervous.
I buy this sticky paper in bulk, or you can buy any kind of vinyl from the Dollar Tree for $1, whatever, 50 or whatever it is now. If you want the link to mine, I buy it in these big rolls here. So these are quite a lot in the rolls, but you don't probably need that much. You can use like Cricut paper if you want to, but you could buy like that cabinetry sticky paper for your, what do they call it? Drawers in your cabinets. Any kind of sticky paper.
Okay. Bring the camera up here so you can see me getting this other bottle over here.
So make sure you get it as accurate as possible. So he's got 8.3 ounces.
I need 16.6.
So he's going for 16.6.
I'm going for the win, baby.
We'll see if he gets it. And if you go too much, then you have to add the other part again. Yeah, contact paper. Thank you. Yeah, if you don't do this every day, just get some contact paper. You don't need to buy these huge rolls. And if you have like...
Look at that.
The Cricut paper.
So now this is me placing my bottle back up on my shelf.
Shelf liner would work, yes.
And they recommend at least 4 minutes of mixing.
Don uses, you don't have to do this. Don uses, because we do so much at a time. I don't know if you can hear me, but we do like, I think the most he'll do is 60.
60 ounces at a
He does
pour.
about 60 ounces at a time. So he has it on a drill. You can
Standard
use,
paint mixer from Lowe's.
Yeah, before we got this busy here in our eBay store and it was just me doing them, I was using the little mixer from Let's Resin all the time. But I was only mixing, 8-10 ounces at a time. So you can use a small mixer. You can mix it by hand. I did that for the longest time. But then when we started getting busier, Don's doing more and more. So he got the little paint mixer.
Well, I ain't mixing by hand. No
Yeah,
way.
he won't mix by hand. He refuses.
But show them down here how good it
It is
mixes.
much easier with the drill. And then he's got his timer going, so we know how long to do it. Now, Let's Resin says you don't have to vacuum chamber it to get the bubbles out. It's going to get the bubbles out itself, which it does degas really, really well. But because I sell molds and I don't want a mistake on a mold, I debubble ours in the vacuum chamber.
You have to hold on 1 minute, Barbara, because I'm running this and I can't hear.
All questions in caps, please. Yes, do that so it's easy. Barbara's by herself right now until Don's all finished, and then he'll help her. Are there copyright issues when you make a mold from someone else's figure? Yes, you got to be very careful what you're doing and if you're selling them. You can make them for yourself. There is no way I could ever sell something from Disney or anything like that, because they would definitely come after me.
I wouldn't let them.
You cannot do copyrighted pieces. And I mean, I would do them for myself, but you cannot sell them. I have a mixer. Can I use that silicone stick that comes with it? Yeah, if you use a silicone stick to mix your silicone, make sure you wash it immediately with alcohol, or it's going to build up a whole bunch of silicone on the end of it.
And I've experimented with small amounts
Thank you, Laura.
opposed to larger amounts for the mixing time.
Hey, Laura, I liked your video today. I wanted to tell you.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Thanks, Michelle. What do we got? 2.5 minutes.
You could show them what resin I use up here.
It's not
or
resin,
silicone.
and they know what silicone you use.
I can't wait to see what Lynn thing says.
She's going to say, please don't put Don on any more lives. Where are your masks? We don't wear masks. Yeah, if any of you know Laura's Design Studio, that's her channel. She had a very informative video you may want to go watch today. I didn't watch the whole thing yet because I was late to my own live. I don't know if she ended up naming a name or not, but a lot of you are waiting for a name to come out. And
I'm just going to say it.
No, not right now, but I got to see if she said it. So, y'all are wondering what's going on behind the scenes. Go check out Laura's Design Studio's video today. I'm just going to get it all off. I have an air purifier, Jennifer. We just don't have it in this room. I have it in the resin room.
There's no fumes.
I mean, I don't think there's VOCs coming from silicone, to be honest with you. I could be wrong. But
maybe all this silicone mixing is why I was way at the Christmas party.
Where do I get the big beaker? Put a comment, Brenda, in the normal comments. I'll get you the link to it. Okay, this is just gonna... His debubbler lid is very dirty, obviously, so you're not going to be able to see very well.
What is it? Do you think you can make this up here? Look at this. Look at this beautiful pen holder that somebody made. Can you make that out of the soft silicone, you think? Or which silicone would you use for that?
If you're going to do that, I wouldn't even try it because it's going to be a ton of silicone. I would just buy it for the 13 bucks they want on Amazon, to be honest with you, because you're going to end up spending $50 or $60 in silicone, maybe more, just to mold that in 0A silicone. And then it's going to be kind of hard to get out. So I don't recommend doing something like that. That's really, really hard.
Do you have to have the bubble remover?
Oh, you did, Laura. Interesting.
Do you have to have the bubble remover to...
You do not have to have the bubble remover. They do degas very well on their own, but like I said, because we sell ours, I don't want any flaws, so we don't take any chances. Oh my God. Shame on you, Don. Well, Carol, it's not really him. So this was mine before it was his. And we bought a new one, and I took the new lid for my resin and gave him the old one.
Yeah, so shame on her.
Yes, you can use those long-term codes in the UK and in Canada for until they have to refresh them and make me new ones. So go ahead and use those codes. I can't really see in there. I don't know why I'm trying to help you see. I did not in my video, but yes, I did mention it now. Oh, thanks, Laura.
Yeah, one little thing in my silicone.
Can you color this silicone? You absolutely can color silicone. You can use mica powders to color it, or where's that set? I have a set of silicone colors.
I don't know.
Somewhere. That came for squishy kit. So you can't use alcohol inks or anything like that. But they do sell silicone colors, or you can use mica powders. Or, yeah.
Hang on one second, Barbara. What was the question, Barbara?
Hi, Sherry.
Well, we do like
you made it.
We do like the 3 teddy bears in one mold.
What is the working time with silicone?
The crosses in one mold.
The working time with silicone is quite a lot longer than resin, to be honest with you. And I will tell you why I know that. Because if you don't turn a heat mat on, which is what he's working on, don't turn a heat mat on, you're going to have over an hour. And I know that because if you don't get this glue perfect and it starts leaking and you walk away and come back 45 minutes later and you're freaking out because there's silicone everywhere, you can actually take your piece out of your mold housing, clean it all off with alcohol, re-secure it on a new piece, and still use that same silicone that you used to remold it. So you have 45 minutes to over an hour to use it. So there were some bubbles on the top, and he just blows them right out.
And not that I'm going to admit this, but I may or may not have forgot to glue a mold housing
Yes.
and come back and have 30 ounces of silicone
No,
everywhere.
actually, he forgot to glue a large mold housing, walked away, come back, and then we're like, oh my gosh, if I lift this up, I have 30 ounces of... So what we did was take some
weights and hold it down.
And we only lost like 2 ounces of the silicone, and the weights held it down. So don't freak out if you forgot to glue. There's always a solution. You could put a piece of board over it, put your weights on top, and it definitely held our mold housing down. He always does it. He always does it to the big ones, never the small ones.
And I may have forgot to glue a couple that she didn't know about, and they leaked everywhere. But hey.
What am I molding? This is a 3D printed mold housing, but I went over that earlier, so you'll have to watch the replay of all the different things you can use for mold housing. So how do you check it to see you have enough in there?
You stick your finger in there. No.
So we have a little stick he marked like that. And as long as that silicone goes up to that mark, then we're happy with that amount. So I know they're going to ask to measure that. So how much is that actually?
Well, it depends on what you want. I mean, I like them to have a little bit of, that's right at just barely under 1/2 inch. So when you pick your mold up, like this one, you can feel you got plenty of girth.
It's not like really, really thin where you could poke your hand through.
Yeah, I like that.
Thanks, Denise. I do love our people, Denise. All right, well, that is how we make a mold. He's got the heat on. So while we are in the other room, I'm going to show you that actual mold we're going to show you. And I've already poured it. And we'll see if this is done by the time we're done with the video. What do you
Let's
think?
show Lynn. Are you doing any giveaways?
Yes, I'm doing giveaways.
Yeah, we're doing giveaways.
The giveaways tonight are going to be 3 sets of the 15A silicone.
Wow.
What?
Okay. Let's show Lynn Fang what silicone we use. Lynn Fang at Let's Resin. This is Let's Resin.
All right, guys, let's go into the other room and get Dawn on the computer. And we're going to start today's project. Sorry about my messy room, but that's my life. Now, hopefully, I can get this in. Turn that volume all the way down. Hang on, guys. You got it. Let me flip my phone. Oh no, I can't flip my phone. Sorry. Hang on. Let me get you situated without pressing a button. Can I flip you over? Hang on, guys. Don't get dizzy. There we go. That's what I need to do. I'm just checking my buttons on my phone.
This says, and the silicone you're giving away, you can put Don's picture on it when you send it.
Sorry, guys. Oh! There we go. Is that right? Does everything look right?
Nope.
Is everything upside down?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. Look.
Oh, you know why? Because I started it the wrong way.
Just turn your phone around. Flip your phone.
I know, but it's not picking up properly. Hang on, guys. I'm so sorry. Ugh. I started my phone the wrong way. I'm trying not to delete you. Oh, shoot.
That's good right there.
It's not good. It's covering my camera. I'm going to have to make a few adjustments because it says reconnecting. You guys still on?
Is it on, Barbara?
Hang on.
Yep, you're on.
Okay, I got to move a few things because I started my phone in the wrong position. And I hit a button, which is why you went off. Okay, let me move my table. Okay, I think we're good. Are we good? Thumbs up.
Thumbs up, we're good.
Okay, oh my gosh, almost disconnected you. So
it's really like in. Can you?
No, I can't. I can't make it bigger or smaller, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
That's the way it is.
All right.
That mold. This is the mold. The little snowman guy. So I wanted to show you all 4
from Canada and UK for
all
the giveaway.
4 silicones in one video.
Can UK and Canada enter in the giveaways today?
No, you can't enter the giveaways, guys. I can only get you that discount code. They use the US Amazon for the giveaways. I'm so sorry. I wish they could change that, but they won't change that. So, this is the 15A, and oh gosh, I forgot what number the blue one was. So, I've already done this one.
The blue one was 20A,
all I did, and I'm not going to do it because I've already done it. And it's very simple to pour white mica powder. I use this crystal white. Sorry, I'm not used to the camera this way. So I poured this in crystal white, and I poured this one in crystal white. I finished both of them. And I'm just going to show you the finished piece on those because I'm going to do some other stuff with you today. So this is the finished snowman. Isn't he adorbs? So all I did was use this blue is chrome powders. I think the color blue, and this nose was chrome powders in the copper. Then everything else I painted. These are the Let's Resin markers, and these are the silver chrome markers. And then the black. The black I love, they're black because it's shiny. I'm not sure why they made it shiny, but I'm so happy they did. So I just painted the black on the hat, the eyes, and the mouth in their markers. And I didn't need to gloss coat them or anything. And then I just glued that right onto his head. So that is what the little snowman mold looks like. I didn't want to pour another one because basically I'm just going to be pouring white with you, and that's kind of boring. So this is the little snowman. I can't remember now which number this was. I think this was the blue one, put it that way. I think it was the 10.
Yeah, she's okay.
10A or something like that.
She's the Alabama girl.
So here's a little snowman. And it's still very easy to get out. And he's a 3D figure. So this one worked for this, probably because he's so small. So this little guy is about, what, 1.5 inches tall? And I already, like I said, it's a matte, partially matte mold. I poured him with the crystal white, and I did finish off him too, like this. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I gotta get used to the camera backwards. So all I did was put a little candy cane, painted his hands black, put some holly in there, and then I used metallic marker for his hat, Let's Resin white for the rim, and then I went over the hat and the scarf with UV resin just to shine that up a little bit. I think I did, no, I didn't do the hands. So that's this little guy. Again, I just didn't want to pour plain white. There's no really
I like to make
anything hard to do with the plain white. So I'll finish this one off. And that one's done. This one and the other, so I wanted to show you, this is a 0A. This is the soft silicone. I poured this last night.
Oops.
I did it in plum and rose gold because you guys, if you watch me, you've already seen this done in the browns. So I wanted to do something unconventional. When I put this plum, these are the Let's Resin 60-pack, in resin, it was absolutely stunning. But I wanted him to be a couple colors, so I chose this rose gold. I don't know how it's going to come out. I'm not going to pour it with you today because I want to do something else with you today. But I will decorate this one with you today just to jazz them up. Because I don't generally decorate with you guys. I'm always having you in a fast forward, so I figured I would do that.
I got a question for you.
What? Oh, I thought he was talking to me.
If you are in the UK or Canada,
hang on, he's got
oh
a
wait,
question.
never mind, I'm sorry.
Okay, so what I did was poured mostly this, and then I took a little bit of the pink and I dripped it into my cup of plum just to get a ribbon of the pink in. I don't know if it worked. We're going to see this together. It could be a total fail. But like I said, if this was in that 15A, there's no way I could get it out. But because it's so flexible and it picks up all the details, this little guy is going to come out easy and with every single detail in him. There he is. So the lighter parts I see are the pink. He's a partially matte mold too. So you can see kind of both colors. I'm actually pretty happy with him. So it picks up all the detail of that fur, all the detail of everything. So if you want, you can use this soft stuff on smaller items. You don't have to just use it on three-dimensional, but I've never had issues with detail coming out on any of the silicones that I used from them. So that is the Highland cow. And like I said, this one is done in the softest silicone. So before we do any pouring, let's get this little girl jazzed up. Let me grab my markers. And I'm just going to paint her up. I'm going to put one of these cute little hats that I have on her. I don't do a ton to this one, but like I said, since I'm always in a fast forward, we're going to do it together. This is the Let's Resin white and black. And there's so much paint in these. They have become my new go-tos since they came out with their marker sets. They have those two sets, the 72 and the 136. I absolutely love them. So I'm just going to paint the whites. When the eye is big enough, if you can get an eye big enough to paint the white in, it definitely brings the animal to life a lot better than just doing a black. And I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to do another coat on there. I think I'm going to just
trying to type.
Put a little bit into his nose. Whose question? I'm just going to highlight the nose a little bit.
Which, Oh,
you know what, hon? You're on microphone. Turn your microphone off. Give me 1 second, guys. I don't want him talking to Barbara too much, especially
which silicones are shiny and which are matte? They're all...
Oh, that's a good question if you've never made a mold. So, if you make a mold of a matte piece, like this was a piece of clay when we molded it, which was not shiny, that's why you get a matte mold. Whatever you mold is what you get. If you mold a piece of glass like we just did, let me grab it. So that snowman was a piece of glass, and it creates a shiny mold. So whatever the surface is that you are molding is the surface you're going to get in your mold. You can't make something dull shiny. It doesn't work that way. And you can't make something shiny dull unless you sand it down or something. So if I wanted this to be a shiny mold, I could go outside, spray seal this with clear spray sealer, and then make the mold out of it after you wait about 2 days to degas that spray sealer. Then you can make a mold and he would be shiny. So pay attention to what you're molding. So this little snowman was a piece of stone, sculpted stone, and the stone was not shiny. That's why he's like a matte mold. But I could, like I said, I could spray seal it, or I could take this one that I've already put the UV resin on. Got it shiny. You have to wait for that to degas. UV resin takes the longest, and then the hat would be shiny on that. So that's how you get shiny and matte molds.
Can you varnish a piece and then mold it?
Yep, you can varnish a piece and then mold it, absolutely. But like I said, you need to degas it and just do a test piece before you waste your silicone, because it will not cure if it has not degassed properly.
Can you just touch on how to make an item shiny or matte again with the silicone?
What I just said, you mean?
Yeah.
So whatever you're molding, if your piece is shiny, your silicone will be shiny. If your piece is matte, your silicone will be matte. So I'm just going to pick one of these hats for them. I thought the pink would go good. These come in this set of 6, and they have these little clips on them. It's got the cutest little flower. So to get these clips off, I just pull them right off. This one came off easy. Some don't come off so easy. And I remember somebody saying heat it up with your heat gun, and it'll loosen up that glue. So I'm just going to glue that on its head, and I do want to get like a little bow. I'm just going to go through some of what I do when I'm dressing up my animals. I have multiples of these because of you guys. You guys are so generous to me, and you send me embellishments all the time. So I basically go through all my embellishments, and I see what I can get to match. So like I have these little bows. I think I'm going to put right here. And I'm going to paint the eyes, and I also put eyelashes on these kind of things. So these were sent to me, but they do sell these little eyelash pieces at the Dollar Tree.
Rose has a 2-part question.
Okay, Rose.
First one is, what does degassing mean? Does it have to...
Okay.
Does it have to tube first?
Rose, you're so funny. Degassing means what, you know how when say you're painting something and you have that smell from the paint, and over a period of time, if it's inside your house, over a period of time you don't smell the paint anymore. That's kind of like degassing. So the product, say the worst is UV resin. The product has to get all of that chemical out of it, out into the air, into the atmosphere before the silicone can touch it. If the silicone is holding that gas in, which it does on UV resin, say I was doing this, I just did this a couple days ago, and it's definitely not ready to mold. So if I put it in a mold housing and I filled it with silicone, I'm holding in all those gases. And the silicone only around this hat where the UV resin is going to be very sticky and wet. And there's nothing you can do to cure it. And it's very sad because you're going to chuck that piece in the garbage. Trust me when I tell you, I've thrown away hundreds of ounces of silicone when we were trying to figure out the problem. What was the second part of your... So I'm going to just paint the eye now.
Wants to know how you've gone 32 years with this spectacular man.
I don't think that was her question.
Ask her, she'll tell you.
I'm just going to see how the black is so shiny? It's gorgeous. Now you got to get the pupils even, or you're going to have a crazy looking cow, or whatever you're doing. That looks pretty good. And I always seem to make mine girls for whatever reason.
Kiss My Grass Acres says every time I try to glue on fake eyelashes, it looks like caterpillars crawling across their face.
Well, if that Radana or Radina, if it looks like caterpillars, that means you have them on upside down. They only go one way, and you're probably turning them upside down.
See, it is a question.
Let me.
You're bees with Lindsay. How have you gone 32 years with this spectacular man? It's a real question, hon. It's right here.
Okay, well, I don't have time for that question. I'm going to pull out...
Those are the important ones.
These are the markers from Let's Resin. This is the big one. I'm going to look for a color to paint the horns and the hooves. And I want like the pinky color, which looks like this one, I think. That's pretty close. Because I want to make it, like, girly. Excuse if you hear my dogs. My son's getting home from work. I'm just going to go untraditional. And as much as I wanted this plum color to come out, it kind of looks brown. Really. I didn't really want a brown cow, but that's okay. We're going to do it up like this. So just take your markers, and when you go over dark colors like this, you're going to have to do a couple of coats. And then my next project, I want to show you how to use inlays, because we made inlays from 30A, and I will show you how to make something with inlays. I have not done that on my channel for quite a while, so that's why I'm more focusing on that than these tonight. So I'm just going to paint these up, let them dry, do it again, and then glue everything else to her. They go on so nice. And normally, which I'm not going to do because I'm on live with you, I will sand down the bottoms first, because this is very sharp as I'm holding it. Before you start doing any of this, make sure you sand your bottoms, whether you do it with the sander that they sell, or you do it by hand, or however you do it, make sure you do it first, because it's never fun. I'm sorry, I'm not used to the camera opposite me. It's never fun to cut your hands while you're trying to finish your pieces. It's not going to be as detailed as I want because I'm trying to go quick with you guys. And then I'm going to paint her little paws. Not the paws, what do you call these things?
Are they the acrylic markers from Let's Resin?
Yep, these are the acrylic ones. This is the 136 set, and then they have the 72 set. I have not compared the two yet. I really need to do that, but I just can't find time to do that. So I don't know if they are duplicate colors or if they are all original colors in each box. I should ask them that question. I don't have the answer to that right now. And again, I'm going to just do a couple of coats. No matter what markers I use, you have to do a couple of coats. I like to use metallic markers a lot. In fact, I just sent them a message asking if they could please consider making a metallic marker, because I really love metallic markers.
Is the bigger set matte also?
Yeah, except the black. The black is not. So what I do to shine these up is I have UV resin in a nail polish bottle. I bought black bottles so that the light doesn't cure it in the nail polish bottle. And then I just brush it on with the nail polish bottle and I get it shiny. So she just had her toenails painted today at the salon. Salon Glitz and Glitter. I'll just do one coat. I'm not going to do both coats. I mean, I guess I can while I'm waiting for other things. But like I said, I don't want you guys to get bored. Just going to let that dry. And put some eyelashes on her. And the way I do eyelashes...
Don't worry about going quick, Michelle. No stress. We love you.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. I grab a little scribe, which has UV resin on it from earlier today. Just cut it off. Now, these lashes are not sticky enough to hold on because they're so tiny. So I take a little drip of UV resin. I put it on my board. And then I just take this scribe. And I'm just going to touch it to where I want the eyelash to sit. Since it's not going to cure. Make sure your eyelash is going the right way. Or it's going to look like an eyebrow. It goes pointing towards the sky. And then I take a UV light and I cure it on there. And then she's got little eyelashes. I'm sorry, guys. Am I under all the comments? I don't know if what I'm doing on screen...
Right there, you're good.
Okay.
I will guide you in.
That's all I do for that. And then I'm going to do the other one. I'm just going to put a little dab of it over here. Make sure your eyelash is going the right way. I have seen multiple people do them upside down. And I did that too when I first started putting eyelashes on. I'm like, that doesn't look right. Wonder what's wrong. And then I realized I had it pointing down towards her nose. Oh, see, I keep going out of screen. That's what I get for being late to my own live. Hurrying up on my camera. And that's all that takes. And those will be set. Now, when I ship these, if you guys are shipping your pieces with eyelashes, I actually do one of two things. I will put this in a separate package, like an envelope, sideways, so when the envelope closes, it's not touching the eyelashes. Or I actually take a piece of cardboard and I wrap it around their head. That way their eyelashes are not getting smashed in bubble wrap or whatever. And since I started doing that, I have not had any issues with it. Let me just see how this is going to look with the second coat. So you can see. I usually do like 3 coats. See how the second coat is covering much better? Especially over dark. If you're going over something light, it's much easier. And like I said, it doesn't matter which marker you're using. You're still going to have those issues, especially over dark. So that looks so much better. Oh, sorry guys. Just keep yelling at me. I'm used to being over that side, and now my camera's on this side. Let's just do one more, and then we'll put on the hat and the bow, and then we'll move on to the resin today. So do any of you never used inlays? That's the question. I wonder how many are going to learn something tonight on how to use inlays. Let me get that painted.
Stop stressing and relax.
I'm not stressing, Rose.
Rose says stop stressing.
I'm not stressing, Rose. See how cute that is? So much better with a second coat, and it'll even be perfect with a third. So I'm just going to keep that marker out for later.
Hang on, I hear people are saying hi to me on stream. What's up?
There's Anthony. I guess people are saying hi to him, so he just got home from work. I'm just going to cure this on my table because I don't want my hands getting in it. That's all I'm doing. For the hat, I'm going to use E6000 and also for the bow. Sometimes I use super glue, but sometimes it doesn't work. So I'm just going to use E6000 today. And all I'm going to do, this one goes like right there, backwards. All I do is take a nice huge glob of E6000.
Answer this. Did you get paid for doing this, or you do have this in your heart? Oh my gosh, hang on, I gotta catch up to this.
There you go.
These chats are going by so doggone quick.
And then I just let it sit there and cure. I see I missed a spot right there. If you look up underneath, you're going to see the glue, but there's really no way around it. All right. And then we're going to let this set, and I'll show you her after she's all done. And then the same thing for a little bow on her tail. Hopefully this glue will hold it. Sometimes I take UV resin to tack it down. But I think I'm just going to leave it alone and let it dry the way it is. Otherwise, I'll take UV resin and I'll like put it right here and right here. And then I'll let it dry. All right, there's my white and my black. Let me get rid of a few things, and we're going to do some inlays. Let me move my mica powders. All right, so we've got these inlays. This is the 30A, and I have 4 of them. And let's see. Let's do step by step. Let me get these here. So I have 4, but I'm only doing 2 because I've already done 2. Let me move that. I need gloves on.
Can you use plastic stamps for inlays?
Plastic stamp. Yeah, you can actually. I've seen people do it. I've never done it. I had bought some many years ago because I saw somebody do it, and then I never did do it. So, but I have seen people do that. You can use stamps. What you want to make sure.
Twisty thing that's attached to your E6000.
I don't know. Somebody sent that to me. Where did it go? Looks like a key, right? So you slide it in there and then you just like twist it. It's the coolest thing. They had to tell me what it was actually for. And you don't have to like roll it up by yourself. All right. Let me get to this. So if you want to do an inlay for like a 3-dimensional look, you want to make sure your inlays are clean, and you want to make sure.
How did you make the inlays? What did you use?
Inlays are so easy, you guys. All you do is get yourself chocolate molds, plastic chocolate molds. They have hundreds of them. And you just pour the silicone into the chocolate mold, let it cure, and peel it out. So this chocolate mold was actually, I think it was, I don't know where it's at. I should probably go get it. Do you guys want me to go get it? Hun, go get it.
What?
The chocolate mold for these, so I could show them how I made them. I've never done a video on them because they're so easy, and it would be like a 5-minute video. So since you're asking, I'll show you. If you're going to make coasters, any of them, doesn't matter. I have lots of inlays.
Here.
This is an example of a chocolate mold. These are paw prints, and there's silicone in these. So this happens to be a lollipop mold, so we glue right here so the silicone doesn't drain down there, and because you're going to have to cut it off anyway. So you just basically pour it in your chocolate mold, and then you peel it out. That's it. Video finished. All right, so what I did, I took the original set of chrome powders. Sorry, I'm so used to the other thing. Chrome powders in gold. I'm going to move this because I don't want to get it all dirty. You don't have to do it this way. You can do this after demold. I'm going to show you how to do it before you actually pour. I'm just going to take my chrome powder in gold because we're doing Christmas themes, seeing that we're not at Christmas yet. And I'm going to paint my inlay. Any kind of mica you want. Well, not any kind, but I recommend
Yeah, I know.
chrome powders. I recommend intense powders. Something you can pour any color behind. Because you're going to want to pour a color after. Sometimes you don't have to. I'll show you what it looks like clear. And then I'll show you what it looks like.
Someone let her know it doesn't look weird at all. She keeps apologizing, so stop your apology.
It is weird because I'm always over here and your guys are like hiding everything from you. Sorry. Okay, I won't say sorry anymore.
I'm sorry. I won't say sorry anymore.
So I'm just going to paint these two. Try not to get your powder on the back of the inlay. I think that's the hardest thing of the whole process. We want the inlays to stick to the silicone. Blow everything off. See how I got some on the back? So blow it all off.
Got a question for you.
All right, question.
If you add diamond dust to your nail polish bottle of UV resin, would it give you the metallic look to your acrylic markers painted areas?
It's not going to give you a metallic look, but it'll just give you sparkle. It'll give you a glitter look. But that's a cute idea. Anthony, can you put that in the other room for me? Thank you. All right, now that those are painted, we want to let them, try not to mess them up with your hands because it will come off. I'm going to try my hardest to clean the backs, which I had to do once or twice yesterday. And make sure your mold is clean. It doesn't have to be centered. You could put it wherever you want. I'm just going to do this centered so I could have a full set when I'm done with the complete thing. I have two I'm going to show you here in a minute. You can use any resin you want. I'm going to use 4-hour fast cure actually, which I need to link in my description box. I linked epoxy out of habit. I'm going to use 4-hour. No, you know what? I'm going to use regular epoxy because I want to use this bubble remover to get them out. And it works better with your normal 1-to-1 epoxy. So just stick them down, press them down. And I guess I'll just explain as I go. I'm going to pour 2.5 ounces into each one of those. So I need 5 ounces of resin. And I'm going to move this out of the way without messing it up. I'm going to use, like I said, the regular 1-to-1. This is the one. 2.5 of each because they do by volume and not by weight. And then you mix it for 4 to 5 minutes. Actually, I'm going to be using my hand mixer today, and that has AI function, so you don't have to time yourself. So it's going to time me for 4 minutes. Anyway, so that's 2.5. If you don't feel comfortable doing it in 1 cup, do 2.5 in 2 cups and then mix them together. Just get eye level with it so you can see exactly what you're doing. And then wipe it with a different finger because if you wipe it with the first finger, you're going to have cured resin in your bottle. Okay, so let me just get my hand mixer out. And I can watch the chat for 4 minutes if you have questions for me or if I think of something I need to tell you. So here's the little mixer. It's got 4-minute countdown. You don't have to use the AI function, but I do because I don't want to time it. And this should be perfectly clear after we scrape our sides and bottom before we debubble. I'm going to put crushed crystal in here because I do want a little bit of shimmer shine. I don't know. Maybe I don't need to do that. I did it on my demo. I need to take a peek at the demo to see if we can even see it because I don't know that we can even see it. So before I add it, I can't put this down or it's going to go flying. They do make a stand for the mixer. I just never use it. You could just set it in the stand and it's got a silicone base at the bottom where you can just put your cup on there and walk away. You need a new hand mixer. Can you use any type of rubber to make inlays? Yeah, you can use the soft stuff, medium stuff, it doesn't matter. You can use whichever silicone you want. I prefer the 30A just because they're a little easier to handle and they're not flopping all over when you're trying to use them, but you can use a 0A if that's all you have. I mean, you can use whatever you want. I am working face up right now. You can do this face down. You could put your resin in first and then lay your inlay on the back if you want to. I just prefer to work face up because what I want to do is have a 3-dimensional look to the coaster when I'm finished. 30A is not purple. 30A is the blue. The blue that I just showed you that these inlays, these are made out of 30A. Does the Let's Resin acrylic mark? I missed that one. I'm sorry.
Good God.
We are ordering from Let's Resin site. What is the discount amount? 10%. The blue is the 20A. That was the little snowman. 30A is blue as well. The 20A is teal and the 30A is blue. They have 2 different colors on their blues. Thank you, Janine.
I was just going to tell you about that.
Thank you so much. Hi, Billy. I'm just looking at the chat while this is I wish they were all clear or white. Yeah, that would be nice. I don't know why they do that, actually. I have no idea what the purpose is. I used to be a demonstrator for... Oh, I missed that. Can you use 0A for all molds? Yep, you can if you want to. When can you touch the inside of the mold? You really shouldn't ever touch the inside of mold, but I will say the first 24 hours are imperative you do not touch the inside of the mold. Once you touch that inside of the mold within the first 24 hours, you just ruined it. Completely ruined it.
On her phone. She's like Superwoman over there.
Does the Let's Resin acrylic work on silicone? No, they don't work on silicone. After 24 hours that the silicone has been cured, you'll see me, you know, spraying alcohol in mine, wiping them with paper towels. You can do that. Oh, good. 4 minutes is up.
Anthony just gave you $4.99 super chat.
Anthony, my son?
He says you owe him $5.
He's going to want to be paid back when I'm off. It's hilarious. Oh, God.
Have you ever tried the brush on silicone for inlays? If so, is it any good?
The brush on, they don't have a brush on, but I do not like the other one. I can say that right now. I did one video on it and I won't do another one. I am not going to add the crushed crystal because I just looked at my finished piece and you can't see it. So what's the point? So make sure you scrape your sides and your bottom until it's completely clear. And then we're going to run it through this debubbler. And a couple things, when you pour over an inlay that's facing up like this, if it is not completely cleaned, hun, everybody...
Sorry.
Thanks. If it's not completely cleaned and dried, your silicone inlay can float. But if you just babysit it, let me put this over here so you can see what's going on. This has the front button. You just press it to turn it on, press it again, and hold it down for 1 second. It's going to start building up that pressure, and then it will release the pressure after 5 minutes when all these bubbles are released.
What does it mean when the resin never clears when mixing?
If the resin never clears, you probably did 2 parts of A or 2 parts of B. It will clear if you use part A and part B. There should be no reason it doesn't clear. So that would be, yeah, a part A, part B problem. While that's doing that, I'm going to continue painting this so it can keep drying. What I was saying is if your silicone inlay floats, you can push it back down. Use like a dotting tool or something. Push it back down to the silicone and it'll stick. You'll have to.
Craftor just did $4.99.
Thank you guys. My son started something. If there's silicone, or if there is resin behind the silicone piece, it will pull off very easily. So don't get upset if your silicone gets behind your inlay. It's very common, and it will peel off usually in one piece and very, very simply because it's just a tiny little piece of resin on the back. So just push it down with the dotting tool if it floats. If it's floating, that means it wasn't cleaned properly before you put it down onto your mold. And it's not just for coasters. You can use them in anything. You can use those like druzy ones if you want to and float it on the top and you'll have that crystal effect. This has 3 minutes. Hi, Rita. Rita is the one who sent me this Highland cow to mold. And it is so popular because it is so adorbs.
Where do you buy inlays?
I make inlays. I don't buy them. Oh, if you want to buy them, a lot of people sell inlays. I sell them too. I have many, many, many to choose from on our eBay site, but I know a lot of people sell inlays if you follow other people too. Or you can make your own. I just got a piece of pink off of the ear, or the horn, so I'll have to fix that a little later when it dries. I'm just trying to get another coat on. I'm a master multitasker, put it that way. She's coming along. She's coming along. She's so cute. I'm going to do one more set on her hands. And if you want to seal these in, like I said, use that UV resin. Or you could spray seal the whole piece. I just don't want a shiny cow, so I'm not going to spray seal her. I'll use the UV resin on her feet. But that's about it. Just make sure it dries before you go over it. Otherwise, you're just lifting your paint right off. All right, there's that one. Oh, see, I messed up that spot. I'll fix that spot later. It's got to dry. This is almost done. 1.5 minutes. You don't have any knobs to turn on this one. It basically shuts off by itself, releases all the air by itself, and then the dome comes right off. So if you haven't seen this one, it's pretty cool. The bubbles, and then there's always surface bubbles. It doesn't matter which one you're using. Even the vacuum chamber with the external pump has surface bubbles when it's finished. Just give them a little spritz of alcohol, and that's it. Oh, I forgot to go grab something for today. Let me go grab it real quick.
Painted UV over a piece that I colored with a generic marker, and it changed the red to gold color. Do you know why that would happen?
I don't know why that would happen other than maybe it was a cheap marker. Well, green has gold in it. So maybe it wasn't dry. I don't know. That's never happened to me, so I'm not exactly sure why that happened to you.
If I was to cover the paint with UV, how do you apply it?
I do it like this. I put Let's Resin UV resin in this nail polish bottle, get a black one, and all I do is brush it on like I'm putting on nail polish. It's very thick coming out of here. I just brush it on and cure it just like normal. Just don't let this sit. Don't get it in a normal nail polish bottle or it's going to cure. All right, so this is done. It's degassing all by itself. Once it's done counting down, it'll allow you to pull up the dome. And there are surface bubbles, but other than that, it's basically clear. And I'm going to move this out of my way now that I'm finished with it so I can get it off my desk. See those surface bubbles? That's all. All you got to do is give them a little spritz and pop them and they're gone. All right, so let's hope they stay down, but if they don't stay down, get yourself a blunt tip.
I have a mold of
you can
two
push it down.
small hats. How do I make an inlay to create a hole to fit the head of the figure?
I don't know. I can't. I would have to really think about that one. I can't really answer that one on the fly. I would even have to see the piece if it's even possible. I'm just going to pour this until it's covering. I'm pouring it from the outside because if you pour it into that chrome powder, I'm afraid it might pull that chrome powder off. So I'm just going around the edges, letting it fill in by itself. And I don't want too much over it because you don't want too thick of a coaster. Let me see what that was. That should have been about 2.5 because you kind of want... Oh gosh, I made too much. That was 1.5. So I guess I'm going to have extra because I don't want too much on there. I don't want this massive coaster. So yeah, I should have done a third one, but I already have 2 ready to go. Just letting it coat. Now these inlays are nice and thin. I do have starfish inlays that are thicker, but I can't make them any thinner, unfortunately. So the thinner the inlay, the better it is. So if you're finding, I think this one needs, let me just kind of gauge it to see how deep it is.
What? You made extra? How could this be?
I don't know, imagine that. Yeah, that's about the same. I think I need just a little bit drop. And now I got to figure out on the fly what I'm going to pour this into. What do I have left? Maybe I could quick do that other one. Yeah, I have 1.5 left. So I'm going to take my chrome paint or my chrome powder. What did I do with it? I think I already put it away. And make another one real quick because I have another. This is 30A. This is the blue. And then this is the teal. So there is a difference in color if you're looking for that. Let me quick do this and get this one painted since I have 1.5 ounces, which is all that I need. Where'd my brush
Can you make
go?
an inlay from an already made resin piece or hard piece like a starfish?
Well, you need a cavity to pour it into. So I'm not quite sure without looking at what you're talking about. Because all those chocolate molds have a cavity to pour something into, so you could peel it out. So you're looking for something that you can pour into to make a 3-dimensional inlay. All right, so I got that one done. I just need to clean out this coaster. I wasn't prepared to do 3, so let me grab a piece of tape and get all that sparkle out. I use this Gorilla tape. It's really, really sticky. Sometimes I can't even pull it off the roll because it's so sticky.
Are the discount codes in US for Amazon site or for Let's Resin?
Yeah, discount codes are only Amazon. Always only Amazon. Even if it's not alive, even if it's not special discount codes, everybody's discount codes in any channel is only good on Amazon. So I'm just going to make sure this one's clean. See, they didn't float, so that's good. I'm just going to pop some bubbles, get them as clear as possible. Put this one in here. So if you need to press it down, do so with like a tool. Ah, that just messed up my powder.
What film editing software do you use?
Film editing. Just email me if you want information like that. I'm not going to go through technical information on my lives. I'm just going to pour this in. So now we'll have 3. Watch, I won't have enough to cover it. And then what was the point? Come on. Just barely. Get yourself one of these curved spatulas and you will be amazed at what comes out of your cup.
Somebody wants to know if you know about the new glitter set of markers in Let's Resin.
I do know about them, but they are not meant for resin. Otherwise, I'd have had them by now.
They're not meant for resin.
They're meant for paper.
Meant for paper.
So yeah, I'm not a paper crafter, so I'm not going to get them. The other thing you need to do if you're doing clear And I saved my 2 pieces yesterday by doing this. Around these edges in these coasters, I had bubbles, and you need to take your dotting tool and go around them, because if I didn't do that, the next step will be a nightmare. So make sure if you could see through them, which if you're using an inlay, you should be using clear, otherwise you're not going to see what you just put in the inlay. So since it's clear, get those bubbles out from around that edge.
Does the resin ever go up underneath the inlay?
Yes, if it goes around up underneath the inlay, it's okay. That's what I was trying to explain earlier, but it's not happening today. So sometimes they do come loose and they'll float. You just push them down and then they'll stick because it's got suction. And then that piece of resin that got underneath comes out extremely easy. So don't give up on your piece if it floated. Just push it back down and you'll know what I'm talking about when you demold it.
Where can you buy those spatulas?
Amazon. They're in my description box under things used every day. All right, that's cured. So what I'm going to do, that was step 1. This
Are you
is
using a tabletop resin?
Nope, this was regular epoxy resin. I will be using tabletop in a second. Let me move my little cow here out of the way. We're going to push this. I don't see any bubbles. I don't see anything wrong in there. Just one more spritz. Now I see some floating powders. I'm just going to mix those right into the resin. That's from the inlay, the chrome powder. Just floated to the surface because I didn't get it all off. So I'm just going to just mix that into the resin and let it go. All right, step 2. Let me clean these as I go. Otherwise, it won't be good later. Step 2 is demolding. So I've already demolded my piece. Here it is. This one, like I said, has crushed crystal in it. My inlay is still in there, but before I do anything, it's got a sharp edge. You could use your sander. I'm going to use this deburring tool just because it's right here. I'm going to get that sharp edge off the top. Now, if you work upside down, don't take that edge off because that's going to be your back coat. But because this is not my back coat, I need that sharp edge off the top. I just don't want to cut myself before I do anything. You can use like a craft knife if you want to, or a nail file. That's better. All right, put that back.
What kind of paper is that you have down that is protecting your...
This is just construction paper. All right, this is my inlay. It's still in the resin. Now, I'm just going to clean it. Oh, look at that. This is a perfect example. So some resin got up underneath right here. See that right here? That's resin. It got up underneath my inlay and it peels off so easy. You do not ever have to worry about that. It comes off like a dream. So I'm just going to pull it off. Grab my inlay. You don't have to put the chrome powders on first, but I do because, oh look, there's resin right here underneath too. It just usually pulls off in one piece. If it's the whole thing, even if it covers this entire thing, it'll pull off in one piece. So there's my inlay, nice and clean, ready to use again. There's the chrome powders, and this is the back of my piece, right? So there's the front. If you wanted to be clear, then you're basically done. What I would do if I wanted clear is just fill this in with some epoxy, UV resin, whatever you want to do, just to make it flat. Get a cork on the back and be done. But I don't want to be done. So what I'm going to do is put this up on a jar. And we're going to back coat this because I want Christmassy things. I'm going to back coat it with glitter. This is my Clover glitter. It's a green and gold mix. Perfect for Christmas. Now I'm going to just switch cups here because I don't want to use the same cup. Let me just clean my stick.
Want to do a giveaway?
What time is it?
It's 7:30.
7:30? We could do a giveaway. While I'm mixing this resin, we'll do the giveaway. Let me just get it poured. We'll do, let's see, we can give 3 sets away. So let's do 2 sets now and 1 set at the end. We'll do that. And as I'm mixing, I will give you how we're doing our giveaways. And it's much easier than the way we used to do them. Let me grab a new cup real quick. And I'm going to be using my tabletop resin for this because it's nice and thick. It's going to set up faster. And we won't have to worry about going over the edge. Now, if you don't feel comfortable, keep that lip on there. And it won't go over that lip. But my lip was on the front, so let me just get 2 ounces. I'll start stirring it and we'll go over the rules. You have to be a U.S. address. You don't have to live here, but you do have to have a U.S. address. I know some Canadians use U.S. addresses, so if you have that, you can enter. You can only win one time, so if you win now, you cannot win when we do the second one. All right, that's 2 ounces. Let me grab my mixer so I know when my time is up. Okay, so what I want you guys to do, if you fall into that category that you can enter, you're going to write the word prize in the chat when I say go. All I want is the word prize. Your name should be in there because we're not on Amazon. You can say it as many times as you want. You can continually put it in, but one word per comment of the word. Just say the word prize. When Don decides he's going to type in the word winner, and we don't know when he's going to do that while you guys are typing, it's just a random time. The person above and the person below Don's comment that says winner is going to win a set of the 15A epoxy. Do you guys all get it? Okay, let's start go. So go ahead and start typing in the word prize. Between 15 and 30 seconds, Don's going to write the word winner, and the person above him and the person below him are going to win, and then we'll do this one more time at the end of the night. Let me know when you do it, hun. 729 people. You guys are awesome.
Ready? Now.
Let's see. Did he write it?
Yep.
He wrote it. So let's look for Don's comment that says winner.
Oh.
What?
Nothing. I can't.
Did you write it or not?
Yeah, I wrote it.
Okay. So the person above Don's comment and the person below Don's comment, everybody can check if you're not sure. And then they're going to give me the names, and I will let you know who you are and where to email so you can get your prize. Just give them a couple minutes because the chat keeps going. And
They stop for a second, but I'm trying to do something.
this at the 2-minute mark, it slows down. Just in case you're wondering, you think something's wrong. There's nothing wrong with your mixer. At 2 minutes, it slows down, like half the speed. They're still trying to find. You guys can stop typing prize because he's already typed in winner.
All right. The one right.
They're trying to see it now. So just give them a couple minutes. Can you turn the fan on high, Anthony? It's the top button.
I see Stacy Penn on 3565 above and Lucinda Roberts below.
This has 1 more minute. I'm going to put my glitter right into here, and then I'm going to use my vacuum chamber because I just put away the Let's Resin one. Plus, it's a little bit more powerful for this thick resin. All I'm going to do is back coat that, and then I'll show you the final look after it's done. And then we're going to wrap this up. I hope you guys learned something tonight. Lots of information about silicone. Don't be afraid to try it. I don't know why people are intimidated by the silicone. You have so much more working time with silicone than you do with resin. So if you're comfortable with resin, you're going to do perfectly fine making your own molds. And then that totally opens up everything because you can make whatever you want to make if you could find a piece that's moldable. Not all pieces are moldable. We have to pass up a lot of pieces that we can't mold that we would like to. I'm going to turn this off and on again. You didn't type it in twice by accident, did you, hon? They're trying to figure out what they did.
All right, so the first one is Stacy Cunningham.
All right, the first winner is Stacy Cunningham.
3565.
3565.
And the second one is Joyous Joy Forever.
Joyous Joy Forever. Second one. What I need you guys to do is take a snapshot. These are the two emails, help@letsresin.com or glitznglittermichelle@gmail.com. Give me your name, your address, and which prize you won, which is the 15A silicone kit. So those two people get a hold of us, and we'll get you that prize, and we'll give the third one away here in just a little bit. I'm almost finished. I just want to get this through the vacuum chamber real quick. And then we're going to put it on the back, and then I'll show you the finished product, and then I'll do those three, obviously, tomorrow. Let me just put it in here. It's going to be loud for a minute, but it shouldn't take long. It's only 2 ounces. I'm going to look at the chat here for a minute, see if there's any questions while I'm standing here. We're going to have to... You can't scroll backwards to verify? Oh, okay.
We already got it, but it was
different on the phone.
Yeah, I'll show you later.
It was different. What do you mean it was different?
We're good.
I just want to make sure the right people are winning. Clean your sticks off with alcohol and then put some silicone release spray on them, actually. That's what I've been doing lately. And it keeps your silicone nice. So I just use this spray, silicone release spray, spray it and rub it in. And then store it, and it'll be good. I got all the glitter off, which is amazing. And I'm going to grab, well, I'll just use this dotting tool. All we're going to do is coat the back of that. Now, if you're not comfortable coating it, I have no bubbles along these edges because I went through and did my dotting tool trick. If you're not comfortable, tape up your sides and tape up your front. That way it doesn't drip. Put it up on something because if it does drip, it won't adhere it to the bottom. This is almost done. It should be good. Doesn't take very long. All right.
I can't go back and prove my prize for the lifetime.
Let's see. I'm going to, let me just get a little stick. Make sure your surface is clean. I'm just wiping it with alcohol. Not on the inside of that thing, but all around it. Just make sure it's clean. You don't want it repelling.
Why don't we keep saying their names right after now?
All right, guys, this is all I'm going to do. Let me just get this down a little bit. I did 2 ounces. I don't know why I did 2 ounces. I only needed 1 ounce. I'm just pouring it into the snowflake first. And I'm going to let it drain to
Yeah, I see it.
the outside edge. Make sure you have enough glitter in there. I didn't have enough glitter on the first one I did. So what I did was I took my glitter and I sprinkled it on the back. If you guys made a mistake, we need to make it right.
We didn't make a mistake.
Okay.
I don't know why these people are saying this.
All right. I just want to make sure. Just go to the edge. It should hold with the surface tension very carefully. But that's why I have it up on a jar, just in case it drips over. It won't like stick itself to my table and ruin the front. Because you could always sand down your front piece because it's clear.
Can you pour polyurethane resin over already cured resin?
I think so. I'm not 100%. I know one of them is the opposite. So I don't want to say. Usually I would pour polyurethane first and then the epoxy on top of that. I don't know about the other way around. I know either the poly or the magic pour is opposite. So don't take me as without looking up the answer. I don't know. Okay.
Michelle's Unique Boutique.
That is all I needed to do. I'm just going to take a lighter, pop my bubbles. Don't put alcohol. If you put alcohol on this to pop your bubbles, it's going to flow over your edges. I'm just going to move that aside so I don't bump it. I have a little bit left over. Let me just find something I can pour this into.
Who's Lady in Resin, do you know?
I don't know. I have a couple shell molds. Let's just do that. With glitter, I like to have shiny molds so you can actually see the glitter in them. All right. This I'm just going to spritz so we don't get it. I didn't mean to mix up two. I don't know why I did two. I meant to mix up one. So as to not waste.
We only did one giveaway, right?
I gave away 2 of the 3. We have one more, which will be here in just a minute. If you tell me what the question is, maybe I can explain it to them so they don't think we're cheating people.
I screenshotted what the winners were, and people were all in here.
He screenshotted the winners, he said, and some of you don't think he was right.
He is upset because she swears she was the winner. I know.
I can't read that right now. Hang on. Let me just
don't worry about it. Just
get this in here. I just over poured it, that's all. And we're just going to let those cure.
No, there are people telling her right now.
Okay, that's it for that. And I will show you what they look like. I didn't do the green. I did red. Because I want to do each one differently for the set. So I did red yesterday and I did green today. And this is what it looks like when it's finished. So this is the back coat of the red. And then this is the front with the snowflake in there. Now you can go around the edge if you want to with like rhinestones, which actually helps hold condensation in. You could color your edges in if you want to with a chrome marker. You can do whatever you want. But that's just one example of how to use an inlay. You can use inlays multiple different ways. So what do you think? We got lots of different things going on today. I hope you guys liked today's video. And that's all I have for you. All I got to do, here's my little cow. She should be good. I'm just going to go over her little horns and her feet again. Can you see her eyelashes? right there. They're going the right way. They should be pointing up to her head and not down to her eye. And her little bow and her hat. So she's pretty cute. And that's it. So let's just get this other giveaway over with.
Yeah, I don't want to do any more damn giveaways. I'm sick of this.
We're doing the giveaway, guys. Do the same thing. Type in the word prize. And we're going to have... There's so many people that are trying to enter the giveaway that the chat goes by so quickly that it's hard for Don and Barbara to scroll back long enough to find
Well, I went back and I
the people.
screenshotted it.
Okay, well, if he screenshotted it, then don't worry about it. If we got the screenshot, we have the winners.
All right, did you already tell him to go?
Yep, just go ahead and go. Just give him a few seconds. He'll type in the word winner again. And the person below. So let's do the person below will be the winner. I'm just going to wash this off with alcohol. So he said he typed it in. So let's find the person below. Don's comment. I think it's under my name.
No, just one person.
Just one person. I only have one more to give away. The person below Don's comment is the winner. Bottom. Below. And then I'm going to turn... What, are you getting something different than Barbara?
Yes.
Yeah.
How?
Well, look, here's mine right here. Here, come here and look real quick for a second.
Okay, I'm going to go by my computer.
And that's...
And we've got a screenshot. So ALIH3444 is the winner.
But on Barbara's computer, it's that.
I see on Barbara's computer, it's somebody different. So I have to go by my computer because we're the ones that typed it in. So I do have a screenshot of ALIH3444. So please, if you are upset that Barbara had something or you may have something different, I've got to go by my computer. I've never had this problem before.
See, that's from Barbara's computer right now.
There's a delay. I think it's the delay. So we may have to figure out a different way to do prizes.
Yeah, stop.
I can't stop doing them. We're doing the prizes. So I'm very sorry. It looks like the delay is giving people different winners. So please don't get upset with us, guys. We're doing the best that we can. Let me go grab my stand. But it looks like I see Barbara's screenshot and I see our screenshot. And your screenshot may look different. But I have to go by mine because we're the ones who are conducting it. So I'm sorry, guys. I don't know any other way to do this. I'm not a big fan of doing giveaways. I'm going to flip my phone around. But I do them because I'm asked to do them. And I want you guys to have these things. But I don't know. I don't know an easier way. And I can't assign everybody a number. So many of you guys asked me to assign everybody a number. I can't do that. There's 700 people on here. I can't assign you guys a number. So I'm sorry. I don't know what else to do. But we have to go by my screen. I hope you liked it other than the giveaway part. Just send the prizes you don't mind. It's hard. That's the worst part of the night. It's because we know there's going to be issues. I hope you guys don't get upset. We can only do what we can do. I don't know what else to do. You're going by so fast, I'm trying to read your comments. There's my son. I guess he likes screen time now. Come over here, hon. You were in...
I don't want to be in here right now. I'm reading.
Thank you, guys. Well, what time is it?
It's 7:48.
Lady Resin.
I don't know who they are, hon.
Michelle and Don, I owe you an apology in public. I'm so sorry if I damaged your reputation. Lynn?
Oh, Lynn. Thank you, Lynn. I thank you for that. You didn't have to do that, but most people don't know what you're talking about, but I appreciate that. One of these days, we will go forward with what Lynn is talking about. We just have not done it yet. Hi, guys. Thank you for coming. If you don't have any questions, I don't want to keep you. I've been on for almost 2 hours. I didn't think I would be on this long. I'm not stressing about it. I just don't like people to be upset. I don't want them to be disappointed. When you guys see something and we see something else, it's crazy. I'm trying to read your comments. Thank you so much. Thank you. So if you guys like the lives on my channel, let me know. If you want something to Let's Resin to do, or if you want them to make something or work on something, put it in the comments, because they're reading the comments. That's why they gave you the discount codes for the UK and Canada, because they saw that you guys, they actually got those comments from my announcement. So anytime you see my announcement, which there's a lot less comments on, you can comment in there too what you want them to do or work on, or give them some ideas, because that's where they got that idea from, and they quick made up some discount codes for you guys. And that was just a couple days ago, or yesterday. I think that was yesterday. So give me some ideas. Oh, give me some ideas of what you guys want Let's Resin to make. I want them to make some metallic acrylic pens. I want them to make some food grade resin. I want them to make some non-sticky squishies. Although you can get that if you change the ratios. So give us some ideas what you want. The email address is help@letsresin.com or glitznglittermichelle@gmail.com. Black polyurethane, they were working on that. I don't know if they're still working on it. They said it's very complicated. So I don't know if we're going to get that from them, and if we do, it might be a little while. You don't watch. I appreciate that you don't watch for prizes. A lot of people come on here strictly for prizes. And I can't help that. I don't know why, but a lot of people do just watch for prizes. So that should just be the bonus. I mean, you're getting all the content for free. That should be the bonus for anybody who wins. All right, well, I think that's it for tonight. I'm going to go and I'm going to read all your comments because there's tons of them. So I hope you guys all have a blessed night, and I'm going to see you tomorrow at 6 with the normal pre-recorded video. All right, guys, have a blessed day. Bye.